Hey, good morning, sisters and brothers. Um, you may know at this point that Psalm 23 uh, is a psalm that I return to regularly in prayer and reflection with God. Here's the psalm. This is the Christian Standard Version Bible. The Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is our shepherd. We have what we need. He lets us lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside quiet waters. He renews our life. He leads us along the right paths for his name's sake. Even when we go through the darkest valley, we fear no danger, for he is with us. His rod and his staff, they comfort us. He prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. He anoints our heads with oil, our cup overflows. Only goodness and faithful love will pursue us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord as long as we live. Been reading this week, finishing up a book called Non Anxious Presence by this Australian guy named Mark Sayers. And uh, he is talking about David and his preparation for his leadership. He's anointed, and yet he's still continuing to be out in the wilderness. And it's out there that he's writing these things. And when you read Psalm 23, you see it, right? Like in the wilderness where there are dark valleys. And um, he's out, he's away from home and family. He's where there are enemies, right? Um, he's vulnerable out in the wilderness. He's alone out in the wilderness as he cares for the sheep. And but it's there that he's being shaped. It's there where he connects with the presence of God, right? And that's true for us. That in fact things tend to go a little worse for him when he's older and safe and comfortable in his palace. So here's a line. It's a quote from a guy named Corey Russell. He says, "Throughout the Bible, we see that God chooses again and again to form his people, form us in the wilderness. It is the furnace of transformation, the place where our facades, illusions, fantasies, and props are removed and we come face to face with our nothingness. In the wilderness, God strips us of our independence and rebellion and teaches us to depend on him." It's part of what I love about Psalm 23 is it reminds me that we can, and I can, count and depend on our Father. And so may we today depend on him for all that we need, because we have a Father who's like a shepherd. And therefore, there is nothing that we lack. Grace and peace, my friends.